Welcome to Men in God. I am your host, Pastor Jacob Mabote, and this is a show where we inspire men and women to be driven into their purpose and for them to live a godly legacy. This show, it is all about purpose, inspiration, and impact. Today, we have a special guest in our midst. How are you, Mama?
The Lord is good, man of God.
I'm well by the grace of God. I'm honored and I'm excited to have you in our midst today. The woman of God, a worshiper, the songwriter, the host of Melody, at Qhamisa TV. It's a name. But today you are here and I want us to share about your journey. Can you please just share briefly about wena njengosisi uQhamisa, because mina ngishare ngalokho engikwazi. Please share with our viewers.
Oh, thank you so much, man of God. Thank you for the opportunity. I greet your viewers at home. Igama lami ngiqhamisa. I'm from the Eastern Cape. Journey engakhange ibe lula, but it's a journey that has fulfilled my life. And bengeke choose any journey other than this journey that I've traveled, and to God be the glory for that. Ndiphuma esilalini ne-gift yokubhala ingoma and ne-gift yokuboniswa nguMoya Ongcwele. Uba ngumntana ke wasezilalini apho amabandla abazalwane bengekho kuqala. So i-gift yami was confusing a lot of people in my area. Even my family was very confused because I was different from other kids. Abanye abantwana xa beyodlala apha ngaphandle nandifuna uye entabeni ndibona amanzi, ndibone nature, like I was just competing with colors. I would hear songs in my ears, and ndandizibuza zintoni ezindizivayo because thina besiphuma ezilalini besingena TV, we only had a radio. Ibhetri radio ibekelwa ngaphandle elangeni just by ibe nepower yoba ebusuku siyifake endlini idlale. And what I found, so surprising, xa ndimamele i-radio bendiziva nazi mos ezi ngoma zifikayo kum. Then this was about how do I travel from where I am to that radio. In my mind as a young girl, I was thinking, radio, and I would just look at the radio. Because lento nayo ikhona pha kule radio, but to get there ndangayazi kanjani, and yayiphuphe engathi asozelenzeke because ndisezilalini and zakwilali yam zabe bekhona nomuntu oseTVini nomuntu oyi-artist for that matter. So yayintsha kumntu wonke, and it was a challenge kwifamily yam because i-character yami very different, and I think it's because of also my prophetic calling, umuntu o-prophetic akabehave like a normal human being. Banezinto zakhe extra that you can't really understand. Nini ufuna uthula because he's hearing something. Nini ureceive into ongayiboniyo because we are just hearing from God every day.
So
Yeah.
ngaleso sikhathi usezilalini.
Yeah.
But when did you start to get the picture for you to be able to stand and say, I'm called by God as a prophetess or as a worshipper? When did that happen?
After i-matric yam.
Okay.
Kwakunecawe e-tertiary apho i-friends zam sahlanga uyakhona. In fact, saya ekulaa cawe because ndandisiva i-keyboard, ndandiqala ngawo i-keyboard in my entire existence. So yayisithi yawukhala andiyazi mina ngathi ndibizwa yintoni. I would just go to that church ndifike mna ndizomamela i-keyboard, and my intention yayingekuba ndifuna usizo. I knew nothing about salvation. I was just attracted to sound, and xa ndiva isound yayiba ngathi impilo iphelele, like ndingahlala kudlala le keyboard for the rest of my life. So when I got in the church, then they started preaching Christ, and I had no interest in Christ. I had only interest in that sound. Nanasiyana nje umculo just badlale ndiva kumnandi emoyeni wami, and that was so fulfilling for me. And then I continued uMoya Ongcwele ndisebenzisa in the prophetic ministry. Sometimes ndihleli nomntu ndibona ngathi uzakwenzela into ethile kuwe, ndawuthela uba yazi ndifika ngathi uzakwenzela into ethile. I didn't know uba le nto ndiva isuka phi, like what's going on. I was just following this thing, ndingayazi noba calling for that matter. But the day I began to accept Christ, and to develop my own personal journey with Christ. Then that is when Christ revealed who I am in Him and who I am in life in general. Then that's when, a lot of things that were not making sense when I was growing up started to make sense bit by bit. Even until this day, there's things that were not making sense that are making sense even now. You cannot stop, to discover who you are. Every day, it's a day to discover something about you, or something about life, or something about other people just in general.
Wow, powerful. I hope you understand. She's sharing about her journey. Each and every one of us in life, so we just want to encourage you, Uguti. We know sometimes it's not easy, but it is important for you to keep on praying, for you to be able to discover your purpose and your calling, because we are all on this planet Earth to discover our purposes. Now, here you are, so mugelu Jesu, so we understand what wenzakala. Now, the journey ministry, when did that one start? About worshiping God, praising, so na city.
Okay. Ucula qala nandiqale ndisemncinci uqala ucula.
Okay.
And mna ndizelwe nayo, ndizelwe le gift with my prophetic gift, ndizelwe nayo, ndizelwe nento yomculo. Ayinto kuthiwa it was an impactation from anywhere. It was just a God-given thing. And up until this day, I want to keep it as pure as that and as original as that. So, growing up singing, a choir in the school, and I was a soloist. In many high school young, we were winning trophies. They are still there at my high school. Whenever I'm in the Eastern Cape, I do pass by because those people played a very big role. And ngabantu abanikeza opportunity, ndingayazi ngabanikeza opportunity because xa ungekazi kahle izinto, abantu they are doing things for you, but awunamehlo lobona, but actually this is an opportunity for me. Actually, this person is directing me to my actual calling and to my actual path. But thank God that ndandumntana omamelayo. Babethi kum sing solo, I'll sing that solo because I just loved music in any case. So from a school when winning awards, then I joined the local choir in my community, and then the keyboard the keyboard in the crazy and then we travel the choir to the town, then the choir yakhona yaxabana ke ngoku xabana ngemali. Mna ke ngoku remember azange ngene ndifuna imali ontoni, mna I was just following my God-given thing, and for me xa ndiculile ndagqiba yonke into ibaba complete, noba ndifumene ntoni noba ndifumenanga ntoni, so baxabane ngemali and bathi bayeke ikwayara leyo. Yo ndandikhala man of God kombe why beyeke into emnandi kangaka ndifulfila kanje. Then I decided but just because bayekile mna ngona sing alone. So ndandingulo mntana ke abantu sometimes bemhleka abanye bemsizela uba lo mntana uyi-one uyocula eQueenstown yedwa. Yayinditshisa igift yam but ndingayazi uba nditshiswa igift.
Wow, powerful. Hey, this journey it's long. But what we want you to understand about this journey is that you need to run your race as an individual. There are many people in life, obabonayo, officer, ubayini. But what is important about impilo, it is that you need to run your own race. Because if you are not running your own race, you end up being a good copy but a bad original. You need to understand, Uti, as an individual, now I want us to rush, so figure to a point where you say, now I want to have a project, because I see you have a CD. You can just share briefly about how did you end up here? Yeah.
Okay, from Mistrato, I was spotted by Udogo Arts and Culture. Because I have to pass, because for me to get this story, I must start here.
Okay.
So one discover from that Olo, then what it was about events, arts and culture. So for I managed to corner. This other time I went to sing. Then she had Louis from Eastern Cape. And that time like, the world, was singing praises to that woman. And she loved my music a lot. And what I would love you to join my group. I was so happy. You're in Atlantic direction now. Then I went to sing with Mam Lusanda. I sang with her for so many years. And when he gets an opportunity, I wrote songs for her. And then from Mam Lusanda, there's an approach on Yana Betwisile, Low Winnie Crown Award in 2014. Then that's when now the country stood and everybody stood to ask for and people were thinking, no, like the words, the deep meanings of the song, and the beauty about, you know, staying in your lane, as you were saying, is that because we lane you are just hearing it straight from God, and then you are giving it out there to people. So we as a songwriter before the artist.
Okay.
And after that, now
So how did you discover that you can also write?
ndikhule ndibhala imaculo, ndikhule ndicula, ndikhule ndine-prophetic gift, but ukhula kwayo bendingayazi bizayaphi. Nengoma bezikhona, remember I said bendiziva ndingayazi uba zizawuyaphi ezi ngoma, and xa ndimamele iradio ndive le nto ndiyiqambayo ilapha ereyidweni, but andazi zafika njani kanjani. But you know, the steps of the righteous are ordered by God. God ordered my steps.
Yes.
And from the to like in this album, simbiza ngamagama, ndasebenza nobabusizwe zakho, and I even remember kusebenza nobabusizwe zakho when she heard my voice. Where have you been in the industry? You are so original. The country needs you. You know, having that validation from a great giant in the industry really, you know, encouraged me a lot. And we worked so well from Babsis as well. Now, a lot of people wanted to work with me in the industry. So now I'm at a level where things are not difficult as they were at Kaleni, because now I'm a brand to be reckoned with, and which gave birth to this album. Even with this album, a producer from Eastern Cape just called me from nowhere. What woman of God, I must do you an album, a second album, and then we did it, and it's doing so well.
Wow, powerful. Nai album, it is simbiza ngamagama. So, in other words, uNkulunkulu maroma mitsa katsile abona, amawesili, amazayona, amapostoli. So simbiza ngamagama. So get the album. I mean, izokubusisa kakhulu. Mina senge ngayilalela ke nginayo nawe isitholele ukuze ukwazi ukenjoy njengami. Now, Mama, you are done ngale yokuqala. I understand there's a confusion when you follow your passion. Sometimes uba nezinto ezokuhlukumezayo ezifana nokuthi awubi nemali enough yokuthi ungaba nendawo yokuhlala, because when your focus is your ministry. Sometimes for you to reach a point where your ministry ikwazi ukuprovidela khona, ikwazi ukwenzela konke akubiko. So when kule process kwenzakaleni after so nayo isithi abantu baye bayithenga yonke into yavele yahlangana kwenzakaleni?
No, the challenge with me was money, as you were saying. When the album, ngiyayifuna imali kuqala, but I had saved for it. So then ngayazi xa upromote kudingeka imali. I thought mina xa uyi-artist if uyakwazi ucula ne-album, then ngomso abantu they get to know about your music. Then ngayazi uba ukungena studio is just 1% of the work of an artist. After that 1%, you need to work. Now you are a brand now. You need to work on the brand now and understand that you are not only an artist, but you are a brand. And what does a brand do? If, let's say, kune Dove soap, kune Lux soap, it Dove sibona ngoba banezakhala zabo, bane-logo zabo, banentoni. So now I had to learn the business side of the industry, which is to say to myself, now I had to be cautious because now I'm branding Qhamisa. After an album, now I'm branding this person behind the album. And you know, I'm thankful to God because I was hoping that because since I was as a songwriter, so abantu bazancedisa bazovele bakhawuleze, and people did not come, abanye ngani-expective bazanceda. Thank God they did not, because yandifundisa ukuzimela, ukwazi ukuzithethela, ukwazi ukuzibranda mna on my own, to a point that there's companies today who come to me to say, yazi ndine artist, and I know that we industry with fashion. I want you to dress my artist, even if it means that we have to hire you clothes. And for it to get there, I had to work on myself now. But now that I'm a brand, how do I dress up? How do I talk? And how do I behave? Because now I'm a brand. Thank God, Bana, after the release album, I was in my small desert. That desert helped me to find a lot of things about the industry, which gave birth to a lot of things. Like now, as you are saying, I have a show now on TV, and because people, you know, when they see my
So how did you get there? How did you get there? We told in the show. But needs about to Lord, open doors. We want to get one gospel to Qhamisa TV, and how did you get there?
It's so funny because, you know, it's just a grace, I would say again, because in Qhamisa TV I've been going there as an artist just to sing and for interviews. And I never knew that thousands of interviews, when producers who are also seeing another side that you don't see. Yes, I always wanted to have a show on TV, but it was just a wish, but I so wish because I believe like I can make a great host, but because now that body industry is congested. Wonke umuntu ufuna TV, wonke umuntu ufuna ukuba presenter, I mean sibaninzi. But I did not know about every time Qhamisa ne-one gospel client visa, they are noticing something from me. And I remember at times they would call me up, but yazi umuntu ebesamfaka for i-one gospel, pull it out. We want you to come now. And this was English, you know, for such a long time. I don't know what gospel. But you know, uNkulunkulu xa egibela voice yakho, you know, izinto ziba easy as flowela because the Holy Spirit, you know, is just on top of it. And when izinto zibe easy, izinto ezibukeka zi difficult. That's why we call it grace. So umoya ngcwele ke wandinceda kakhulu and bandinothisa nabo. So when the time came, bathi because we've been noticing the brand that you are, we love the brand that you are. And thank God again that ndabe namntu asistayo ndazimela, so ndafunda, you know, ukuzakha mna. And in doing that, I did not know I had a huge following of people. I remember the day they were calling me, Babe City, we were seated in the boardroom discussing about for the show, and somebody mentioned your name, and all of us, abanye batasimaza, but we know her, she's just a great woman. But I'm gonna check Facebook. The day they were checking my Facebook, I was ministering about the breakthrough on that day at that moment. So they were saying to me, how did you know we were about to call you? How did you know it was a...
So meaning that it is important for you as an individual to post in social networks. Because Lama company
they do check and to just do you, because I was doing myself, you know, with my prophetic ministry and freely. And that day I used to prophesy to people. That day I was prophesying to Qhamisa. That day the prophecy was for myself, and I got it.
Wow, powerful. This is powerful. I hope you understand that in life, keep on pushing. I always say in life, purpose never expires. As long as you are still alive, kusane themba for wena. So ungalahli themba. Mhlambe uyakhula ufisa nawe ukuba ne show on TV or ufuna by artist, CD, DVD. I know impilo ayibulula, but keep on pushing. Ilanga lakho lizofika. Mama, amazwi akho okuqina just ukukhuthaza ekhaya abantu abafisa ukuba uqhamisa nabo kusasa. You can just talk to them.
Thank you so much. I want to say to everybody from my artistry, somewhere. I always get calls from, and I want to say it's good that intention about why you are doing it. If it's clean, if it's clear. If everyone famous, then the problem is once you be famous, you'll be discouraged. But when you are saying to yourself, I'm just doing it because it's my God-given gift and I want it to get out there, even if when you continue pushing it because your mission is for this to get out there, it's not for fame, it's not for money. Yes, the Bible is seek my face and I will add these things. But first you need to work on this and then allow God to add these things. The Bible is pure when I start where you are. If it's a local group, do that. If it's a church, you know, worship in church up until so I wish all the best to everybody who is trying out there, and I want to encourage them to say, you know, all is not lost. If God opened my own doors, the same God that opened my own doors is the same God that will open your doors, as long as you work in your craft and just do well and have a clear intention why you are doing it.
Wow, powerful. Be yourself. God will open doors. Remember, God's timing is perfect. I know so zamile but keep on pushing, because his delays are not his denials. His timing is perfect. Thank you so much. How much is the CD?
The CD is 100 rand.
Wow, thank you. Mama, we connect now with my social media platforms.
Yes, ndikona ku Facebook, ndikona ku Instagram, ndikona ku Twitter, Qhamisa Mpayipheli. They can also watch my show on Saturdays at 6 o'clock.
Wow, powerful. And keep on watching this show, Men in God. We are inspiring men and women to be driven into their purpose and for them to live a godly legacy. Thank you so much for watching the show. Keep on watching the show on our YouTube channel, DaveytonTV. And like our page on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We love you. This is Men in God. We love you. May God bless you. Shalom.